Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Psycho Frontier in Depth. Today, we'll be talking about the Lacerator. Now, I have made a video on the Lacerator previously, back in Season 1, but with Season 2 and then a short update after Season 2 launched, the Lacerator and a lot of other weapons in the game have gotten changes, so I'm making a new video to update that. So, first of all, the major stats of the weapon haven't changed. The magazine size, the fire rate, that stuff has not changed. However, the penetration has changed. Instead of 23 pen, it now has 20 pen. It also got its cost reduced from 41,000 K-marks to 31,000 K-marks. As I said previously, the other stats of the weapon have not changed. The rounds per minute, the mag size, all that stuff has not changed. If you want to see all those statistics, I will send you to the previous video I did, and then you can come back to this one to get the updated shots to kill, which we'll be going over now. So, first of all, we'll go over the old shots to kill. So, for the old shots to kill, you had 3 to the body and 2 to the head for common, 4 to the body and 3 to the head for uncommon. On rare, you had 4 to the body and 3 to the head. On epic, you had 5 to the body and 3 to the head, and on exotic, you had 5 to the body and 3 to the head. At this time, there was no legendary armor in the game. Moving into the new shots to kill, on common armor, it is 4 to the body and 3 to the head, and is the same for uncommon armor or green armor. On rare, it is 4 to the body and 3 to the head. On epic, 5 to the body and 3 to the head. On exotic, it is 5 to the body and 4 to the head. And on legendary, it is 6 to the body and 4 to the head. Now, I want to mention something. With these pen changes, the new pen changes were also made to armor, so that 20 pen on blue weapons is also the same for the amount that it is on the armor. So blue armor also now has 20 armor instead of 23. However, I want to add with these changes that converters have also finally found their place, it seems, and they make a difference. So, for converters, your uncommon converter on the Lacerator will reduce your shots to kill on common armor by 1 for headshots and body shots. Rare converter will reduce your shots on common armor as before, with the uncommon convertible will now also reduce your shots to kill on legendary armor but only for body shots by 1. If you put on an epic converter, it will do the same as before with the common and legendary armor, but it will also now reduce your shots to kill on epic armor by 1, but only to the body. Overall, this weapon, I think, could use some help. It doesn't really fit into a niche anywhere. It feels more of like a detriment up close, which it should, because it's a DMR. You're semi-shot at close range. You're not supposed to be close range for this weapon. But the point I'm trying to make is that even at mid-range and long range, the other DMR and the other sniper rifles will just straight up beat you. The KBR has higher damage and pen, although 50 less fire rate, so at close range, you might have the opportunity to beat it if you're landing your shots. But the biggest comparison I want to make is to the bolt action, because the bolt action, with this season, or this recent update, it got its damage reduced by 7, but it also got its cost reverted from 10k down to 6.8k. Now, I'm not going to drag this out as long as I can, but the comparison I want to make is between the fire rate and the projectile speed between the Lacerator and the C32 bolt action. The Lacerator has a fire rate of 150 rounds per minute and has a projectile speed of 350 meters per second. The C32 bolt action has a fire rate of 33 or 33 rounds per minute, and a projectile speed of 500 meters per second. That is very fast. The fire rate is supposed to make up for the slower projectile speed on the Lacerator, but it doesn't feel like it does. Personally, what I would do first is to increase the fire rate on the weapon and see where you can go from there. Because even though you can be increasing the fire rate, it's still a semi-shot rifle, and it'll still be a detriment at close range, which it should be because it's a semi-shot rifle, but it'll feel better at medium and long ranges where you have people with assault rifles, other DMRs like the KBR and the Basilisk, you have people with the sniper rifles like the C32 bolt action and the Arbiter. It's just a lot to compete with that slow of a fire rate for a semi-auto rifle. If I was in the dev room, I would increase the fire rate on this by 50 and see how the community reacts to it after that before messing with it any further. Thank you all so much for watching and continuing to watch my videos. I'm working on a video for the patch notes that came out recently, so if you want to see more Psycho content like that, and if you wouldn't mind, check out this video on the right where I went over the Bright Sands map. Have a good day, everybody.